Eidolon of Great Rebel.
Eidolon of the Great Rebels.
I don't know about that card.
That's probably good.
Wishy-washy. It's wishy-washy.
When people are playing cards like Omnath, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fine.
It's also just wishy. It puts. All right. I'm not admit. I know the card is good, but it's wishy-washy because sometimes it puts you in a position where you.
Oh, agreed. It's there's sometimes where your opponent's just like control, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm killing myself for them."
Yeah, if
Yep.
it wasn't for Leyland Binding, like that card would probably have more relevance. But because Leyland Binding is just like bullshit,
Yeah.
1 mana, 6 mana card, lois.
That's the future of Magic, by the way, because they can't print.
Yeah, you're right.
I have a great question for you guys today. I got a lot of questions for you
They
guys today.
can't. They can't print lightning bolt.
Save
Like,
save
can't
it
print
for
cards
the
like
save it for the
Lightning Bolt anymore.
podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm listening.
I tried to do that. With
We're
my
live,
story,
baby.
You guys pulled it out of me, so
told
I
you
to
continue talking about.
wait.
They can't print
The-
cards like lightning bolt anymore because, like,
I like
that's
how we
just
tell
so
him to wait.
it
He just
impacts
keeps going.
It's okay.
it impacts
He's stoned.
the older. It impacts the older formats. I'm way more than stoned. I told you about the mushroom thing too, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Get two birds stoned.
Right.
Is it gaslighting? Is gaslighting bullying if it didn't happen?
That's like such a weird That's like such a weird statement, and it's like
I know.
I mean, that's literally what
It's-
gaslighting is.
I know.
Right. it's
Gaslighting is a
it-
made-up
it-
term
it's
for
like-
women to use against men.
We're not live, are we?
Oh, we've been live.
It wasn't.
Oh my
It
god.
wasn't-
It's a made-up
Cancel
term.
Instantly.
Well, I just stated a fact. Can't cancel me for facts.
You know where the word comes from?
Gaslighting?
Gaslighting.
Comes-
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes
Yeah.
from the movie from the 40s.
It's a movie.
I
Yeah.
thought it
It's
was
about
like
a woman who lives with a guy who constantly lies to her and like is trying to kill her or whatever for an inheritance.
I will say this is the third time we've talked about gaslighting and its origin on this podcast.
Probably. I would not
Is
be
it?
surprised.
You're the one who runs all this.
I
You're the
didn't
one who
bring-
does everything.
You're the
You're
you
the guy
invented
who does
gaslighting,
it all.
Tony.
you're the piece of shit that did this. Okay.
Tony, I think you're gaslighting me. I don't think we've ever
Stop!
talked
You're
about
making
this
me
before.
feel
bad. That never
We've
happened.
Never talked about this before.
I can actually pull up the. I'd have to, it'd take me some time to find it, but
Oh
we've
my
definitely
God,
talked
you are
about it.
really
We
fucking
did-
with
we
my
should not
brain
talk
right
about
now.
this.
No, I swear to God, if this origin story, because I can tell you how I
promise
responded.
you we did not.
No, let me tell you.
Right,
Just-
Jeff? We didn't.
Yeah,
Never happened.
I see what you're doing.
You're really
I
fucking
see.
with my brain,
I
dude.
see. I see. I had my own made up story about. I came to my own conclusions of why they call it gaslighting.
Yeah, I can believe that.
You make shit up. I
Yeah,
understand.
no one doubts.
I
that.
thought the origin was, and this might ring a bell to you guys because I've said this to you in a podcast.
It wasn't this one.
Yeah, it wasn't. I guess it wasn't this one, but it was. I
It was
thought
the anime one
the
from
term
6 years
came
ago.
from guys who worked late, from like they worked all day in like the whatever 1800 when you needed a gaslight or whatever, and the only way they could work because there was no electricity is they had to use that gaslight, and that caused them to go become delirious because they were working more than X amount of hours. Yep, that rang a bell, didn't it?
I'm trying to figure out what drugs you're on and how I can get them. Because what is that story?
I can see how I can see how if you're just out and you hear the term gaslighting like that, I can see how you deduced to that.
I was
I
like,
can understand.
I was like, why is this being used all the time? I don't understand it.
Right, I can see how you deduced that, but it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that it's wrong.
All right, let's get the theme song. Ooh, I love this
Gaslighting.
one.
Gaslighting.
Craziest intro we've ever had.
This is my favorite little clip that you've made, Josh. It's real short. You guys can't hear it,
I
unfortunately.
still have that sample. It's still on my.
Wait, you can hear this?
No.
Damn.
I can hear.
Oh, you're watching the stream though, aren't you, Josh?
That,
Discord.
Yeah, that like 11.
Discord.
That like 11-second whatever. Yeah, that's like my favorite thing you made. Fucking rules.
Nice.
All right.
You should hear this one. All right.
You are listening to episode 143 of Paper Player. I'm your host, Tony, joined with Josh, Jeff, and JB. And this episode's called, because I didn't prep anything, it's called Chill, but No Grill. So, sorry, guys.
we need Antonio for it to be a grill, right?
No, or Dairy Queen nearby. Or DQ. I think they shortened their name because there's no dairy in any of their ice cream products anymore.
Antonio
What?
would be so mad if you just compared his food to Dairy Queen.
I'm mad you compared his food to Dairy
Good.
Queen.
I'll do it again.
All right, but I need to know who would cook better, Antonio or
Kevin, this is what we were.
a
This was the
five-star
really-
chef? A five-star chef.
I've never
I
had a
bet it
5-star
would be
chef.
Antonio.
I bet you they suck.
Antonio would tell me he's so much better.
I just got echo really
Oh,
bad
Antonio.
from
You
someone.
make me
I
laugh.
think it was JB. But anyway,
No, we're
that
good.
was our golden idea: is that we were gonna have
A golden corral.
Antonio and Kevin. No, and we were gonna go to the Korean barbecue and have them
Duke it
like
out.
cook for us, and then Oliver, and our crew, and then Oliver's crew, and then we were gonna be the panel and judge the two cooks because Antonio says that he can Korean barbecue better than Kevin. And when I went to Vegas and they were both cooking at the same time, it was probably one of the best experiences I've ever been to. But we are now going
Just people feeding you food properly.
right now. We're gonna have like a panel with like our podcast, and then Oliver, and then John Bagley, and we're gonna have like
The
a
Gadget
panel, and
Tigers.
we're gonna yeah, the Gaddick Tigers. That's the
I've
word I
been
was looking
wanting
for.
to so badly, and I know you. I don't know how many of you guys have rental accounts, but I've wanted to so badly start like a monthly cube draft that we do over like Magic Online, so we record it all, and they have services where you can like Cube Cobra or whatever, where everybody gets in the pod at the same time, and we draft like that, and
That's
it'll be
like
Team Paper Player versus the Gaddick Tigers.
I'm
What
I
down.
think,
am
like-
I in? I'm in both. What do I do?
I love
You were in
I love
podcasters
you.
My
first.
identity.
cubing so
Yeah.
much, but
Yeah.
I'll admit that like paper content is just so like bleh.
It doesn't work.
It's very
It's not
Like,
very
isn't it weird?
aesthetically pleasing.
it's not aesthetically pleasing, unlike the the online stuff. And it's
Yeah.
upsetting that you have to like for that a lot of like Magic content is online, but
Well, the
Yeah,
only way to make
I
it
don't know. I don't think that's
I-
upsetting.
no.
I think like 1v1 games like on stream, if like the setup is nice, it can like really well. Like how Manifold does it, I like that they do it. They have the setup down,
Oh yeah.
but just like a cube environment, trying to like film a cube, like a drafting cube or whatever,
Yeah.
or like trying to get content on that is like atrocious.
No, you'll never succeed at that. You're better off just like doing the thing I said, where what you do is we all draft it online, and then after all the draft, we can do it live, and then just pick out. You just give us, or whoever gives us the cards that we need. But that being said, I hear a little bit of echo. I don't know where it's coming from.
I said that before. I
Probably
think it's
from you,
Jay.
Josh.
It might be me. Hold on. I'm going to back up.
No,
Yeah.
I'm all on headphones. It cannot be me.
I don't think it's All right. But before we go into, did you guys play Magic this week? Just a little tangent off what Josh said about content and why these guys are done.
Who do I?
The Mox Masters
Ox
Just-
Masters.
to suspend
okay.
all events going forward. Webcam CDH tournaments offers multitude of challenges. We've been running them since October 2022. At this time, Mox Masters doesn't have the resources to fully dedicate to addressing the outstanding issues that we have, which they kind of list off. Which,
You know that meme with the dude like shaking his hands? Like
yeah.
this? Tony was waiting to like read this. Like, oh,
I've been
I'm
so excited, dude, because the CDH is crumbling, because every single problem is surfacing, because CDH is probably the most played EDH format. Like, I honestly think that.
Uh-huh. I've been saying that before. It's like everything is CDH.
Yeah.
Like you can talk like about casual like Commander all you want, but the second you try to like talk Magic to anyone, you just have to assume it's CEDH because
Oh, yeah, for
that's
sure.
just the norm. Everyone wants to be the best, and then
What category do I fall under if my deck is a 7?
CEDH.
Yep, CDH.
How do I bring it to a 6?
Well, let me. If you just
There
like
you go.
lay out your deck,
There
and we'll
you
make
go.
the decision. Yeah.
What we're trying to say is that everything is CEDH.
I
Just
know.
like all Magic, all Commander is CEDH.
Yes.
It's just like
What level is CDH?
the like your competitiveness is like how you get there or whatever. Are you playing the best cards?
Yeah, I
But
mean,
like everyone wants to win and everyone's going to always like upgrade their deck or whatever. But like a perfectly like we talk like perfectly tuned deck is CEDH, but in reality, like no matter what pod you sit at and like what level of competitive or whatever it is, someone in the pod has got something that's going to trigger
yeah,
like
That's-
the argument. So just assume that everything is CEDH from going forward.
and the card prices speak for that, right? Like mana crypts being is what they are. It's and everybody's like, oh, like I hate fast mana, but like mana crypt is kind of like the primary. Like that's what people get. That's why that thing after its 5th reprint, it still holds like $100+ price
200
tag. Yeah, like it's never dropping. So yeah, it might drop for the week that it came out, and everybody goes, wait, everybody wants this for their EDH. So then everybody goes and hunts it down, and then here comes every time they reprint it, a whole new spawn of EDH comes from casual players. But yeah, so they had this issue with time, with the 2-0 draw problem. So if someone won round 1 and then proceeded to win round 2, that person's goal for the remainder of the CDH tournament was to draw the games out. So just take as long as humanly possible to make sure that the game does not come to or conclude. Because if they conclude the game and they get a loss, it's less than getting 1 point, and that's just how the draw system works. The other thing is there is a ton of cheating. Who knew that when there's prize on the line and someone's isolated in their home in front of a webcam that is just like your hands on a table, that people are just pulling cards from their lap, having cards over here in the same sleeve, just, all that stuff. So, and there's not really a good way to address any of that stuff. So,
Yep. It's not like you can be like, all right, let me see. Put your
Yeah.
webcam on the ground. Let me look.
well, even if you do,
No one's gonna do that.
yeah, it's like if you have any sleight of hand at all, like no matter how many times you tell me to look at your hand, it's like, oh, whatever. And you don't even need sleight of hand. You just
Right.
go, it's over here, and I have this card over here. It's just not functionally like something we can ever do. And that goes not only just for CDH, but that also goes for like heads
Any
up,
webcam,
any webcam stuff.
Magic.
Like if there's prize to be gained, you better believe that people are going to cheat.
Right.
Even if it's for a $30 store
Upsetting.
credit. Yeah, it's just that's the way it is. So, the only way to play online is only through services like Arena and MTGO. That's really all there is to it, because then you can guarantee that there isn't. I mean, unless you believe the shuffler is broken or the shuffler is somehow pitting against you, which people do believe. They're like the shuffler. It's like, yeah. So, just don't play online. That's all I got for that
Or
one.
if you do,
Speaking
expect to
of
get
cheating,
sometimes.
The
Oh, yeah.
my favorite thing about the shuffler thing is people always talk about the time they get bad hands and they're like, oh, it's rigged, but they never talk about like the 800 times that they get like a normal or a good hand.
Well,
I'll
yeah,
just-
because
All you have to
Yeah,
do is
you
just,
don't want-
yeah.
you want to be mad. You want to be upset that you're losing, and it can't be because
Welcome to
you play
Magic
badly or
players.
because variance exists.
Yeah. All you have
It's
to
got
do
to
is
be because there's cheating afoot.
yeah, just have them explain to you how the shuffler knows it's your deck that's gonna lose, and how it's choosing you versus not choosing your opponent. Like, how come it's choosing you? Explain to me
Because
why
you
that's
don't
working.
understand, Tony. The algorithm sets it up so that way it makes it feel like you have to buy more cards to get better decks. That's why they pair you against decks that have
Damn.
cards that are anti your deck, so that way you want to buy more cards to build a new deck.
JB
and spend more
speaking the
money on Arena.
truth.
JB believes in all of this.
Bro, I'm so
There's like
deep
a
in the conspiracy
dubstep song.
MTG forums, MTGA forums. You don't even know.
J believer, a believer.
There's an underground ring of illegal credit cards passed around. No,
there's like a dubstep song. It's just reminding me of.
All right, now speaking of cheating, and we'll go right into. Did you play Magic of the weekend? Let's hear it, Josh.
Yes. I went and played in Mana Vault's 1K,
Nice.
and like I guess like the night before when I was like putting up together a deck, I was like I had a single cryptic coat, and I put it in my deck or whatever, and then like I get to Manival on Saturday, and
Register your
they
deck list.
they like that was like new for them too. For that was like they traditionally the older events like you didn't have to submit a deck list or whatever.
Sure.
So it caught me off guard, and then I had to like quick put a deck list together for they also like they're using this so they can like publish the
List.
standings and like lists on MTG Top 8 or whatever. So I just like put together. I took my old list and I was like I changed it. I added Lorien revealed or whatever.
Sick.
And I'll admit, like I was kind of stoned, but I forgot about the cryptic coat. And then like in game 3 or whatever, or no, in game 2, when I went to like, or what was
Sideboard.
it? It was like game 3 or whatever. In sideboarding, I realized that I didn't have 4 Murktides, and I was like, oh shit. But I ended up losing that match, and I quickly addressed the issue and fixed the Murktide or whatever, and then proceeded to go 1-2 drop on the event.
Okay.
But I had a good time.
Yeah.
And I picked up the white free spell from
Flawless
Commander.
maneuver.
Flawless maneuver and a scalding turn for dinosaurs because that's my new sinkhole in Magic. And then I played League today where I realized that Jim has 2 Massacre Girls in his pool.
Every game.
That's gotta be tough. That's a tough one.
To be fair, like the game where he played both of them, I won that one game out of the three games we played. I won 1. Or no, we played 4. Out of 4 games, I won 1. And it was the game that he played both Massacre Girls, but
Dope.
it's still soft. But I like the League, and I've been having a blast with Magic lately. And we've got Commander Night coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah, the 23rd.
Nice. JB, Jeff, you get any Magic in?
Nope. I didn't play nothing this week.
Pussy.
I didn't play much. I played a little bit of Standard on Arena to like keep it fresh in my mind for May, but really haven't messed around with it too much. Played a little bit of Red White. Deck's fun, but there's a lot of like control decks popping up now, and
Yeah.
it's getting a little frustrating. Being the type of player I am, not saying that anything needs to be banned, but gotta just get better at playing against control.
It is the
You want banned?
yeah.
What?
Leyline binding, is that what you said?
No, it's more like 3 to 4 temporary lockdowns, and then now they're running depopulate main again, so they can hit a board wipe on turn 4,
Yeah.
and then they follow it up when you reissue your board. They follow it up with Sunfall, and it's just
It's great.
really aggravating. And then if you're not playing that, you're playing like the red white mirror,
Yeah.
which is just who can finish first.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've always noticed this about Standard, like over the years, and obviously this is a new wave of Standard, but people come out of the woodwork to play Standard. The people that have been like legacy grinders, modern grinders,
High,
Ti-
low.
it typically when control decks are like on the top, the people just gravitate towards that. So when blue white controls like the best deck, you'll see more of like, and kind of not like
That's coming.
yeah, more vets come in, and they're just like all about grinding those games that go long, because the idea is in a game of Magic, the better player, the
You get to
longer the
think.
yeah, the better player, the longer the match goes, the more opportunity that the better player has to capitalize on such mistakes and so forth. And control like stretches that game out. Whereas like when the format's just like Embercleave.dex, it's like, well, it's like a lot of my decision making is purely in like, does this hand have like a turn 3 Embercleave? If not, I should probably ship it.
There's actually a combo deck in Standard right now too.
Yeah, which I'm sure that control deck is great against.
It's 68 card deck. You play this card. I forgot what his name is. It's like Slogmar or something. He's green, blue,
Yep.
and 1.
Yep.
And whenever land leaves
Low
your
grip.
graveyard, you put a 1/1 counter on him.
Yes.
So you play Jace, mill yourself, You play like Splendid Reclamation. There's a 2-drop that you can pay for, sack it, return all lands from your graveyard to play.
Yes.
And then you also play Nisa, which adds a mana every time land enters the battlefield. So you just keep going and keep recasting and keep bringing back. Like, I forgot what they play to bring back the cards, but they keep bringing back cards and they combo and then just end up milling you out by casting Jace over and over and over again.
Oh, for sure.
It's very annoying to play against because it takes a very long time for them to combo. And of course, it's one of those where there's a slight chance they could, like, stumble. So, like, you
classic.
can't just concede.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's actually not bad
Counter,
against the control decks because they bait out the 1 counter and then they just, because they play the 2-drop and they let it sit on the field. And then when they go to Splendid Reclamation, your opponent counters and they're tapped out. And then you're like, all right, I'll sack this guy and just do the combo.
Sure. Yeah, it's got to be one of those decks that
Argument
works
when-
online, but not. Or sorry, it works in play, but not online. Like it's one of those things that people don't want to have 1,000 clicks.
It's not terrible on Arena because at least it brings back all the lands. It's not like Moto where you have to click each individual land. But still long.
Yeah.
This card.
Our argument: when blue white's at the top, it brings out all the old players because they only got 4 hours a week to play Magic, and they want to min max it.
That's pretty funny.
Tony to a T.
Oh yeah, I love blue white, but it's just I think my best results I've ever had have always been like Splinter Twin Jund decks. So I just need to stick to that.
It's funny.
You
'cause
mean when you're doing
say
something
that,
proactive?
I was about to say you say that, but it's definitely the same for me. I love my blue-white decks, but I always tend to do better with Thoughtseize decks. I've
Yep.
said it before. It's like whenever I play Thoughtseize, I end up doing well
Yeah, it's just
or better than normal.
yeah, like. And that's when I play that legacy deck, the Beanstalk deck. You get to be way more proactive because you're just like, oh, I'll just randomly cast a Murktide or a
Yeah, I'll just get big guys.
or like St. Catherine. You're like, and they're just like, oh, you're like, yeah, I can just flip like immediately. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I did play Magic this week. I did I did that Legacy League on Saturday. I was like, you know what, I need to.
Dude.
Yes.
I watched some of that and I was like, Cryptic Coat, this stupid 12-12, this looks terrible.
I never got to do the combo.
I was
So
about to say it just never came together ever.
No.
It was always one half of the deck or the other, and it was awful.
yeah, I kept getting stranded with Dreadnoughts and like Cauldrons Completes in my hand and no way to get them out. But I did
Yeah.
win games by end of turn. My opponent dressed down and then just play like oh, here we go, 2 Phyrexian Dreadnoughts. Here's 24 damage. So I was having fun with that. Like that was pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
think that was most of your wins, right? I think another one was like a Stoneforge into a Batterskull.
No, everything was purely like the way I won was like I only went 2-3 in that league. Round 1 I played against just straight red black Reanimator and I had like the nuts draw. I got so lucky like multiple times
Yeah,
and
that was wild.
and I played well. Like it's because I could have gone and grabbed Cauldron Complete, but I was like, I'll grab Cryptic Coat because in case he draws he top decks a Reanimator spell. Look at that because I had Force Will in hand and he drew a Reanimator spell. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I have to pitch this Cryptic Coat, which was like my only like significant play. Round 2.
That's actually super techy to like tutor up a card to pitch to.
I was like,
Force of Will.
well, I was gonna start going off with Cryptic Coat because you can play the Cryptic Coat and then bounce
Yeah,
it back.
if he didn't,
to
if
the-
he didn't
to the
take
Force of Will.
actions, he could actually do something.
Yeah.
Right.
So that like my play pattern was gonna be set up to like Stoneforge it in, and then like when he wanted to reanimate, bounce the Cryptic Coat back to my hand to then that. But it just was like I need to go get Cryptic Coat now, and usually like well in that matchup like Batterskull and Cauldron Complete just don't do shit against like Archons and
Just wipe the
they're
creature.
they're just larger creatures. They're doing bigger and better things than what you're doing. Round 2, I played. Vaguely remembering now. I know I talked about it with you guys, but I played a total of 5 matches. Reanimator and Blue Red Delver is what I beat. I lost to Grixis. I lost to Bug Beans, and then I can't remember what the other deck was. It was Bug Beans.
Burn.
No, not in a million years. No.
I mean, I remember sometimes you losing to Burn.
Yeah, I do lose a burn. Oh,
Hang on. Devs.
Yorion
Have
Death
you
of
two
DT.
ever played?
Yeah, not in
Dude,
Legacy.
Oh, we played Legacy, and you beat me again in Legacy.
When? Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you were playing Smog Combo.
Yeah.
And I beat you at Burn.
Oh yeah. If I it's like something in the force or whatever. If I borrow Jeff cards, I will always lose to those cards. It just
you
happens.
played Blue White and I played Mill.
It doesn't matter what we're doing. It's just like if I borrowed you cards, I'm going to lose to those said cards. That's just the way it is.
You beat Blue Red and Reanimator. And
Yeah.
you lost to Death and Taxes was one of them.
D&T beat the crap out of me. Also like I'm
Boarded
really
wrong.
yeah, I boarded. I'm just rusty, so I was like, I needed to get some like reps because I want to play a Legacy at the end of the month with this deck that's on screen, which is the Batterskull Cryptic deck. That's a Stoneforge package that's playing Phyrexian Dreadnought and Uro, and the idea is to brainstorm putting back Phyrexian Dreadnought or Uro on top of your deck to then Cryptic Coat them and then flip them for free. With the Dreadnoughts, a lot easier. You basically make a 13-12 unblockable, and then Uro, obviously, when you flip it, you get the Uro triggers from there, and it's also a 7/6 with gain 3 life, draw a card, put a land into play. So like that's the idea of the deck. But I needed to get like legacy reps back in just because I'm like really rusty and I don't like going into blind. And the format's kind of changed a little bit. I want to play this deck really bad, but I think I have to cut the Stoneforge package entirely and just play a 4 dress down, 4 stifles, and just do that, and then try to just like add.
Like actually dedicate to it.
Yeah, and just
You should cut Uro.
No, Uro and Uro stifle or Uro dress down works. Yeah, but
No,
yeah.
you should cut Uro.
but
I hate that card.
yeah, I realized that against Death and Taxes, and like again, this is like I did no studying of it. After like looking back at the match, Torpor Orb should have came in. It's really
100%.
good against Death and Taxes, and it also
yeah.
stops my Phyrexian Dreadnought and Uro from triggering
Dude,
their.
I put Torpor Orb in my lands sideboard for Death and Tax.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I was like, why is this in here? This doesn't make sense to me because like it hurts my Stoneforge, and I was like, I don't understand why you would play this card. So I was just committed to the Stoneforge package, which was just
You
the
cut
wrong
the
place.
Stoneforge out for the.
Oh, I know.
That's what you cut.
Yeah. But yeah, I
Every time someone plays Uro from now on, I'm gonna make the vomit face of it.
that's fine. I don't know why this deck wants to play Hull Breacher. That didn't make any sense to me. I just didn't find any.
Good.
Well, like what was I gonna bring it in against?
Any deck playing Brainstorm.
Dude, 3 mana to hold up 3 mana in like an Orcish Bowmaster world. Like nobody is playing Brainstorms in an open mana anymore. It's just like those days are gone.
True.
Like so,
That's
it's just,
not true. I mean, I guess like
when you're forced to play it, sure, but like no one is like
I
playing
guess
that into.
I was never Brainstorm. It was never Brainstorm. I was doing it into. I've like deliberately casted Ponders into Bowmasters, but
You have
it's
to.
different.
Yeah, that's kind of how you bait the Bowmaster. But yeah, I had fun with that. There's not really much I have in the docket, but I do have a bunch of questions for you guys. If you guys want to light that
Real
shit
quick,
up.
this card on the screen I do not think is good.
Flying Vigilance
Duelist of
1,
the Mind.
1/2, or it's a 1/3.
It's a 0/3.
No, it's equal to. Well, on their turn it is, but equal to draw. So if you draw a card on your turn, which you're
Like Brainstorm sure turns this into like for that if it's your turn turns it into a 4/3, but I don't know.
It's
I
just
think-
it's the upside is like no, the upside. It's like on average a 2/3 if you're playing like whatever.
I just like compared to the other
This
like
card is mid.
world champion cards. I
Duelist
think
of the
it's
Mind, yeah.
very mid.
It probably is, to be honest with you. It's
Oh,
probably
this
not
is
good.
a world champion.
Yeah.
Card.
Yeah.
So like Fairy Mastermind. What was the one before that? Spellbinder.
Boners.
Only once.
Elite
It's got the
Spellbinders.
stupid only once
Yeah.
its turn clause. They need to stop with that clause.
Well,
I
do
guess.
they? If they,
Like,
if
on this card, it's fine. Or on this card, it needs to be stopped. But on like cards like professional, where you're making treasure tokens or whatever.
yeah,
What? That should be once
Weird.
a turn.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It should be once a turn. But like on this card, like you're like the idea with this is to make it super big or whatever.
Yeah.
And committing a crime is not that easy.
Isn't there a
all
card
the
that has
time.
an ability that costs 0 that can target something yours and you just repeatedly activate it?
That's fine.
I mean, like,
we haven't
so
had
That's probably why
double
yeah,
combos
there
with
you
that
go.
Standard before.
What's the most you can do for committing a crime in Legacy with this as a Delver deck? It's just like Bolt and Wasteland. That's
Yeah,
it.
but couldn't you add
Really?
as Jeff was saying, there's ways to make infinite, like, because it's one an ability too. It's not
No,
just
like
spells.
force counter spells are crimes, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it's
So
when
Maybe,
you.
well, I've been saying that for years, but
Yeah.
but yeah, there's
so
like
there's
I
a
want to
lot.
say even a white creature has a 0 ability that can like target a creature you
Like
control.
all the on-vec
Yeah.
dudes.
Well, it's you have to do it to something your opponent controls, but you
Yeah,
could do
yeah.
something. You can do something along the lines of like redirect your opponent for something. I'm sure there's a card out there that's like 0 mana, redirect something from your thing to something else, and you could like whatever it may be. Because if you target one of their cards and redirect the damage, like
Which
infinite
would
amount of
break
time.
it if it was,
Yeah. So.
Alright,
whenever
I
you commit-
guess.
yeah, that's probably the only
For
reason.
some reason, I thought I didn't know counter spells were it, so I was like, dude, if counter spells are it, I understand why it'd be really busted if you could just play this in turn 2
Force
on
of Will
Delver
is
and
a
Legacy,
crime.
Like,
It's been a crime.
be able to daze, force a will, draw
Mhm.
cards. That'd be pretty good.
Ooh, you guys might like this one.
I think
Oh, go on.
I think not paying the one should be committing a crime.
I think asking, did you pay the one is a crime.
We all know that like the EDH community like loathes Ristic
I was
Study.
talking about days, by the
Oh
way.
yeah.
Oh, whatever. I
But
don't
they
care.
keep reprinting those cards.
Well, they need to because it
Because
sells
everyone
packs.
wants to play. Yeah, everyone
it
wants
sells
to play them,
packs.
but everyone hates them. I
Yeah.
hate those
I
cards.
ban this from
They're
my.
Hang on, like
I
like,
love
I
Ristic
admit
Study
that
on my side of the
I
field.
wanna. I admit that I really want to like open a Ristic Study, but every time I put it in a deck, I'm like, yeah, I don't like this card.
I remove. I
definitely,
don't
like-
play that or Smothering Tide in any of my decks. I'm just not.
It also like when you play a card like that, it immediately makes you the arch enemy, no matter like what's happening.
Well, the table
Yeah.
has to do what's called collective collusion. So
Oh,
Figure-
you mean cheating,
yeah, cheating.
right? That's cheating, yeah.
You
Call
you-
politics.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
better. You
no,
better
I
I
think
think you know, it's really frowned upon to do that
To
in
cheat?
EDH. Excuse you.
Oh, we can talk about that all day.
Why are
EDH
you guys so salty?
about winning.
I love it.
Why are you guys so salty about EDH right now?
I've been salty for a long
People are
time.
big babies
The m-
all the time.
The more I
hate
play
it.
EDH, the more upset I get with it. That's really what it comes down to.
Exactly.
That's because you're sweaty.
Not
I'm
even
not
so-
even trying to
I'm not
win.
even
I
trying-
have garbage
yeah.
decks. Did I win it all this weekend?
It's not about. It's not
Or
about
last
winning.
weekend?
Yeah, it's not about winning to me.
I had-
It's-
You did
I got
win.
my face.
One time.
I got my face smashed with my deck, and I had a blast.
There are
But
cards.
that's
a blast
that's
for
called
other
curating
reasons.
your play experience, though. We're talking about like EDH.
Don't
in
even get me
general.
started on Rule Zero, dude. I swear to God, if I have to hear about Rule
No,
Zero,
I'm not
one
even
time-
talking about rules. I'm just saying, like, when you choose
That
the
was
people you
straight
play
up.
with.
As long as
I
we
was
don't
straight up-
play the cards I don't like, it'll be fine. I'll like the experience.
And
All
make
in
sure that you
cards,
don't do anything
I
crazy.
fucking hate Uro, but I have to play against that card all the goddamn time.
Well, you
That's 'cause you're
understand.
playing.
Yeah.
That's totally different.
Because I
but-
play against you guys,
Well, no, it shouldn't be different, Jeff.
Tony and
that's,
JB. They
that-
love Uro.
that's my point. It shouldn't be
Hey,
different.
Legacy.
No, it shouldn't. If, in a 4-player game, if your desire is not to win, like go. I don't know what you can go do. Go play. What's a game that doesn't involve winning?
Magic, because
no.
they even have a card that says everybody draws.
What's like that?
I think,
What's that game that you
like,
draw like a chalk outline? You do hopscotch. Go play hopscotch. There's no winning in
There's
that game.
winners in that. There's definitely
Go
winners
jump.
in
Go
hopscotch.
go jump rope. Go jump rope.
I will say, no one has ever gotten mad at me for casting the "you lose the game" card.
Which one?
Dude, I want to play that
Not
card
one.
just so I can like leave games.
why would
That's
you?
what I. That's
why
what I have
would
it
you?
there for.
Why would you pay mana for something you can do at any time?
Yeah, that's true.
Way funner to cast the card and make him look at it for a second and
Yeah.
go, "Why are you playing this illegal card?"
Because you're playing
'Cause
Hive
I'm outta
Mind.
here.
You got to play Hive Mind and play that.
Ooh,
No,
that's
not
dude. That should be our theme for this year. We should get into the proxy game.
EDH,
No,
yeah, you're
make
right, that is the
proxies,
theme.
and the proxies are just like Armageddon, but then like it just says like it says destroy all lands, but under it, if you're playing a casual game, this is I win the game because everybody concedes. like, it's like just alternate versions of cards. Oh, this is what happens if you play it casually. There's probably so
I
many.
hope
they
everyone's
do-
ready for
like
a
with the
Fallout
frames
Ravager
now.
Wars
Yeah.
because
Where
I'm
they
gonna
have
be playing
like
all of them.
You can
Where
get
you're like,
Apocalypse for $80.
Yep.
No, I'm gonna get the Fallout one with the
$30
Planet of
bucks.
the Apes reference.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, are you gonna get the $80 Jahacalypse so you also have that destroy all lands?
Nope, I'm gonna get the 30-cent card I write on with a Sharpie that says Jackalops.
Sure, that's fair. I respect it.
Not spending $80 on a card that people are gonna hate me for playing.
Jocko Hops is $80.
Yes.
What? Dude, I
Okay.
remember when that card was 60 cents.
We're getting mad about EDH still. Here, what is this? Tony, tell me.
I remember
This is
when, like,
crazy,
What
bro.
do you got on the screen?
This is the best. So Saffron Olive
I
had
remember when
go on.
Jocko Hops was like a card that no one wanted. It was like 60 cards.
No one wants it
60
now.
cents.
But
Like even like at the beginning of EDH, no one wanted it or whatever.
Who's-
$30.
No, that's just not true. It's $4.
Jackal Hops.
Yeah, dude, I just found it here.
JB told me 80.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just made it up.
yeah.
You son of a bitch.
What are you guys? JV.
All right, next thing.
Yeah, I just
We're mo-
made it up.
I love it. We're moving on to the next thing. Saffron Olive tweeted, and this is about somebody posting I read that, and I quote from the Reddit post: "I got kicked out of a tournament because my deck was too competitive. What should I do?" And then being forced out, when you delve kind of deeper into it, it's a 1v1 tournament, and was a 1v1 commander tournament, and they got kicked out because their deck was too competitive, meaning that like the store didn't implement a ban list, but this guy decided to come with his like Mana Crypt deck or whatever, which I think you
Played Dragon Lord Ojutai. So not
Like,
even a,
like if you're having a tournament, like you have to assume people are gonna make their best decks or
yeah.
like I don't know what the tournament organizer was thinking.
They
were-
probably
I
lost
want
to this
whatever
guy.
drugs they have.
Yeah, they probably lost this guy in round 2 and was like, you know what, this is your deck is it's
Fuck
just-
you. And
Yeah,
This is my house.
You're ruining everybody's experience. This was supposed to be for fun. You know, I was gonna donate like $3 out of my change drawer, and yeah, now I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna win.
Taking me out of your store.
ban.
Dude,
you know what happens when you win? Banned.
I used to love Magic. I used to love going to
Just fart in their face.
There was nothing more fun than going to F&M and just the big dog, the top dog, being like, I'm going to beat that guy today, and having him storm out of the store angrily. Right? And now, if God forbid, if you try to win casually, everybody's like, you piece of shit. I can't believe that you tried to do anything cool. It's like,
You
okay.
didn't let me play any of my cards.
I think that's straight up gaslighting. No one's like that.
Yeah, they are.
Have you ever played
Yeah, they are.
F&M EDH with randoms?
You want to do a
Yes,
thought
dude.
experiment?
Hang on, I should really do that. I should
no.
really
Try it,
go
dude.
to that.
Try it
You're
out.
gonna
Let
hate
me
it.
know how it
haven't-
goes.
Please don't. I don't need you to hate Commander because I enjoy the
I do.
Commander nights we have.
It'll be fine.
I
That
will.
dinosaur deck. Everyone loves that deck.
I'll make a
Said
roll.
no one.
Everyone loves that dinosaur deck.
No, one person said it. Josh.
Yeah, Josh did.
Yeah,
that works.
it is not. I didn't like. I have a blast playing that deck.
I bet.
It's a good deck. Oh yeah. You guys
Man,
are-
you seemed pretty out of it when you were playing it with us. You didn't really seem like you were in it.
But you kept giving yourself a pat on the back, man, and that's all that matters.
Aw, man,
That's
this is-
because I had nothing but mountains, bro. I couldn't cast anything.
Anyways,
Hmm.
what do you think of this, Tony?
I don't know. Like we're in an era of Magic, and I'm gonna ask you guys this follow up question after this. We're in an era of Magic where it's just not okay to win. Like you're too macho if you're winning, too sweaty if you're winning. You know. God forbid if I go three.
Zoomer away.
God, if I-
Everyone gets a participation trophy, and
Hey,
you
here
all
we
get
go.
pizza afterwards. What's
Yeah.
wrong with this? Doesn't this sound great?
I like taking down F&Ms.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie
Yeah,
numbers. in
Tony's
this racket.
F&M hero.
Yeah, that's what I do. Okay, F&M is the most important thing of my weekend. I go,
He's an FNM villain. I wouldn't call him a hero, but
yeah, I do enjoy.
F&M is the most important thing of my entire week.
It's so important to me. I just go, I can't wait to 4-0 this fucking F&M. And if I don't 4-0, I don't tell
Please
anybody.
lost.
I secretly get in my car and I drive off as fast as I can to pretend that, and hopefully everybody forgets I was there.
You remember how, like, literally 5 minutes ago, Tony was talking about how he really looked up to beating the top dog at
That's
the
fucking
F&M that
me.
he would go to when he was younger?
that's
Now
Tony.
he's that guy.
Cue Duke
He became
Nukem.
the guy he wanted to be.
I won't become the thing I hate. Secretly, I became the thing I hate.
You ever-
Either die a hero or become the thing you've been fighting.
Son of a bitch, I'm that guy.
Yeah, dude.
I've been wanting to do
Mr.
it.
revs his engine in the parking lot.
Yeah, I just-
You're fucking Harvey Dent, bro. You ever see Batman?
Which
The
one?
Dark Knight?
All of them? I feel there's
The Dark Knight.
Dude,
yeah.
no, that was in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, dude. High Dark Knight Rises to the pizza.
No, that was in the Dark Knight.
No, it was Dark Knight Rises, I promise you.
No, it's the one with Harvey Dent.
Yes, that was the
Yes.
third one.
No, this is the second one.
No,
Oh,
it's the
God,
second one.
Tony.
Uh-oh.
You guys are
I was
fucking gaslighting
gaslighting him.
Okay, well, this gaslighting stuff, I gotta put the kibosh on it because I don't know. I can't see. I can't read between the lines. I'm too dumb. Okay, next time,
You're
just.
having a hard time here, Tony.
All right, on to the next thing.
What do you
Bozos.
got for me?
I was gonna ask you, what do you guys like? Like the current state of Magic? Do you guys like it?
I like winning.
I like my friends.
There's a reason I don't
uh,
play Commander outside of like my friend group.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
That's
our friend
true.
group understands winning is the point of the game.
So it's Magic the Selective Gathering.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to Commander, if I'm playing like any other format, I don't feel that way. That I don't feel like people get upset if you win.
Yeah.
Right.
I
It
mean,
won't-
that's true. Because, like, for example, I was playing, I think I told you guys I was playing the Mississippi River deck. This is like a month ago or so.
Oh yeah, the bad deck.
There was, there were 2 new people who were brought in by someone else who's a pretty regular person at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And I played against one of them, and so I was, walking through the steps and explaining what the cards do and all that. And he was having a blast. He was just like, I don't know what you're doing over there, but you're flipping a bunch of cards, and that's crazy looking. So I want to learn what you're doing, so I can start doing stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, here, let's talk. Let me teach you a little bit about Legacy here.
I think-
So I feel like there is still plenty of, I don't know if I'm gonna call it like positivity, but there's plenty of like openness and acceptance and like fun in Magic in general. I just feel like a lot of people are harping on the negatives of things like EDH at the moment, and
Well, it's the number one way that Magic players interact now is EDH.
Yeah. So it's like the average Magic player is an EDH player. I am not, so it's not a world that I understand or pay attention to. So when someone posts something about EDH, the only time I ever see it is if you give it to me. I don't care otherwise. Like, it means nothing to me.
I like razzing people.
So, I think the big reason behind that is in 1v1, you both understand that the other person wants to win just as much as you do most of the time.
Right.
But when you introduce 2 other people into that equation, people start to think, well, like I want to win and these people want to win, so we all have to stop this one person. So then that person gets mad because they're getting ganged up on.
Yep, everyone's
And then you have that one player that sits there quietly and like lets everyone else handle everything, and then they go off and they're upset and they're like, well, we had to stop him, so I couldn't stop you. Why didn't you give us a turn?
Yeah.
So like just having 4
3v1.
people, having 4 people in a game just
Yeah, Josh, how's that
makes
feel?
it worse.
3v1.
how's 3v1
That's
feel?
always my go-to. That's always my go-to. Like in Commander.
Oh yeah, that's what he always says. Even
I
when
got
he's not getting
3v1.
targeted. There's one time he like
It's a crime!
I countered one thing of his Shieldred, and he goes, "Why am I getting 3v1?" And I was like, "You didn't just get countered 3 times. You got countered once."
3v1.
What I can say is I also, not every single game I play at FNM or at like our leagues or, in big tournaments or whatever, not all of them are fun. Sometimes my opponents just are
Miserable.
miserable people and they're just
Well,
mad.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it is
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is. But overwhelmingly in the scene of Legacy and kind of Modern, I tend to play against more often than not people who are very like chill or very like friendly. And like we sit down, we're chit chatty, and then we play. And once we're done, we're serious. And then once we're done, it's back to chatting.
Yeah.
Whereas like with the I don't know. With the
Except that top 4 RCQ where I had to tell you to calm down.
Huh?
When you were playing Constantine.
Oh, I was laughing and having a great time. Constantine was having a terrible time. I
Yeah,
felt
and that's
bad
why I
for
was
him.
like, Jeff, you should calm down a little.
Give him the business. Get in his head, dude. Get him.
My favorite is like I don't think Tony does this really much anymore, but do you remember when you'd play Tony and he'd be losing and he'd tell you why he's losing?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
this?
Yeah, you've done it to me a couple times. Like, oh yeah, if I'd have just drawn this one, I would have won, but I'm losing because my deck's not drawing me these.
Yeah.
This is
You-
gaslighting. There's no fucking.
No,
Oh, this
there's
is
no-
true, dude.
this
no
is
fucking way.
actually true.
100% true.
Oh my god! I was gonna say
I
that.
like
Probably.
how this podcast has just become lying to one another.
Welcome to Commander.
Well, don't do
Roleplay
that. You'll be
Commander every
banned.
time we turn on the cameras.
Don't be deceitful. Okay? Don't trick people.
We got it on film, bro.
We got it on film, bro.
I probably did do that. I don't remember the last time I did that.
The
I
last time I remember you doing it
Well,
was when
I
you
don't remember the
played
last time you
that
played
Shattered
F&M.
Shrapnel Blast deck.
Oh,
It was that RCQ when I was playing Mill.
oh, that was so
Dude,
good.
are you talking about the
Tony
Tony?
walks
Hold
over
on.
and
Wait,
gets
wait, wait.
No,
wait.
I'm talking
mad
about
about
you.
his
I'm
blue-white
talking about
deck.
you.
Wait, wait, wait. I know. I
You're
know.
playing that red artifact deck.
Yeah, I was having fun with it,
Yeah.
and you beat me with
And
Mill.
when I beat you, you were telling me how you were losing.
Yeah, of course I did. That was after the game was done.
No, it was during the match because like you had that frustrated look because the Tashas and all that, and then you're just like,
All
I
comes
won.
out, boys.
All I needed to draw was this one card.
This is actually the Player Podcast therapy episode.
We're gonna. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's.
We air out all
We're
our
working on our
laundry.
problems. Here.
Yeah, if we can get Antonio on
That's
here,
why I took
can-
mushrooms.
I can tell you exactly how that. I remember how that played out. It's, yeah, you did
I
Tasha's
just
me
stopped listening to you
for
guys.
the game, and then I remember
What's
Tony
the
Antonio
lead-
behind me was like, "You had the win," and like this was after the match because he wasn't speaking during the match, and
That is some Antonio shit.
he was like, "You had the win." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I just that's what happens."
I can believe his story, guys. I can believe it. He told me something that I know Antonio does.
He was right behind my he was watching our match, and he was just like, "I don't like." Usually, that's probably a fault of mine.
Then he'll tell me something like, "You should just have 6 lands," and like draw other cards or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's a
Where
fault
did
of
you
my
even
own.
See, I could do that.
I'll work on that. Normally, I try to be stone faced because I don't want to reveal anything. I do get frustrated, but yeah.
King
what
of
do you do?
bomb board tricks, Antonio.
It is what it is.
But like I
And
said,
mean,
like
everybody
that
gets
was
a little
like
up
forever
there.
ago, man. That was like almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, that makes sense. And it was you beating me with Mill for the 5th time.
With your own deck.
Yeah, I'm like,
Did you just say with MILF?
yeah,
Mill.
with Mill for the 5th time. Every time I
But-
fucking give Jeff that fucking Mill deck, I have to duck him at the tournament or it's an automatic loss. I cannot beat it. It doesn't matter if I have Emrakul or anything. I will draw it and I'll fucking lose to it. Hold on. When I played the Emrakul, did I say like I'm losing because of this? No, you kept playing cards. You're like, where's the Emrakul? I was like, I don't know, man. It's just sitting in my
My
hand.
favorite
stuck.
was when I Tasha, like you knew I had the Tasha in hand for next turn, and I watch you count your library,
Yeah.
knowing that Tasha just exiled all of it because like half of it was lands, and I was like, oh shit, the Emrakul's in there. I was like, I gotta go for it. At least I can exile it. And, then
it
it
was
was just, like all 14 cards.
I was like, yep. And you're like, where's the Emrakul? I go, take a guess. Sitting right here.
At home.
just sitting right in my fucking hand again. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my point. Is like there is very rarely where I go into a Magic shop around the local area and I go, man, I hope I don't play against that person.
God,
That is such a rare feeling. Because like I'm in it more like yes, I want to win, but
Yeah.
I'm there to just kind of like have fun, talk with people. I'm not a great player. I can admit that right now.
hell
We
yeah.
all know it. But I still want to win, but
Truth,
I also
baby.
don't go too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like showing up and hanging out and chatting and playing. And
Damn right.
I think the one thing I do is when I lose a match, I'll speak because like it's almost like I'm looking for my opponent to give me their advice. I'll be like, oh, on this turn, I think I misplayed. I should have done this instead. And it's like I kind of like leave it open to see what my opponent says to say, oh, I had this that would have stopped it. Like, okay, so nothing I would have done would have made a difference.
you
Yeah.
want them to make you feel better about.
No, it's more or less just trying to like learn where I went wrong and what
Yeah.
I should have done.
Yeah.
replaying in your head.
Oh,
Yeah, and I just speak out loud while doing it.
I've had people like where we're getting into discussions after the match where it's like I won and then they'll tell me about like, did you have this card in your hand the whole time? I was like, no. And I'll just like reveal the hand and they're like, I played around that card all game. I was like, I just didn't have it. Like if you would have just played your game plan, I would have been on the opposite side, probably losing. But I've had
And
people
that's
just
where-
overthink it.
Well, I was about to say that's where it really comes down to understanding, good to great Magic players, whatever. you have to understand when you have to take that risk versus reward, because
Yeah.
if you don't take the risk, you're putting yourself so far behind that
Sometimes you gotta
it's
make
not-
'em have
you're
it.
probably going to lose anyway. So,
Yeah, so-
you need to learn when to try and capitalize.
Yeah, so that's there's a common concept that's like used. It's play to win, and then the inverse of that, or not inverse, but it's like there's play to win and then play to not lose are two separate things, and people don't understand that. Like sometimes when you're playing to win a game, you need to take high risk plays that only have like a 20% chance of you getting out of this, or a 15% chance. But if you don't take that, there's no path to victory.
Yeah, you're gonna
Whereas
stump.
Whereas if you play not to lose, like your chances of victory instead of being 15-20% are like 1%, but it's a safer play because the game gets extended in your head. But like the like you need to just take riskier plays. Like you're like, if I don't attack all out here and his settle the wreckage, I'm gonna lose the game. But if he doesn't have settle the wreckage, like I'm gonna go up so many more points. Or making weird attacks where like I'll attack and he's gonna block with his Baneslayer, and I need to make sure that I I'm gonna net a total of like I'm attacking with 11 damage, and it's only gonna net -1 on him. But I need to do this because if I don't do this, then my bolt won't be active, or whatever the hell it may be. You know, just all these weird things where like the worst thing to do is like sit there with all your power, and then like someone attacks you with the Baneslayer. Well, they're just gonna consecutively gain 5 life, and if they have any follow-up play that stops you or deters you from your initial plan, like you are so screwed.
You're already behind.
Yeah,
and now
like
you're
you
even
need to make
doubly
risk.
behind.
Yeah, you need to make really risky plays to stay in.
Well, and again,
yeah.
that's just assessing situations,
Yep.
right? And that's something you get over time. The more you fumble into those situations, the more, and like take a moment to actually replay in your head what you did,
Yeah.
the more you'll be able to recognize those in the future. It's
Yeah.
just repetition,
Yeah.
right? Which is why a lot of people say you should play the same deck over and over and over, because you'll see more actions and more board states that you can like recognize
Yeah.
on how to capitalize.
Yep, reps are always good.
I just
There are
say
very,
yeah.
there
Vo-
are very few players who are good enough to just be able to pick up any deck and go and do amazingly well.
Oh sure, that's like LSV and like
Yeah,
like
there's like a high tier player, and most people are not that.
Yeah.
And
And
you
that-
can do
but
really
that-
well. You can do really well with your pet deck. We've seen it many, many times where like Legacy, some weird brews come out of nowhere because someone's been playing it for 20 years or whatever, and like they just go 3-1 at every FNM, or 4-0 at every FNM, or like 5-2 at any NRG, and they're just at the cusp of top 8 or whatever. Ollie, great example. Very few people play green white depths. Not a great deck, but he understands every matchup that he plays.
Mhm.
He knows how to capitalize on all of his options, and it helps him push into top 8s and stuff.
yeah.
Burn, baby.
I would say like that. Ollie's a versatile player because when he doesn't know the deck, he'll get the volume under him, meaning that he'll get 40
A
matches.
bunch of reps.
You know what I mean? Like he's like, hey, this is what I plan on taking.
Well,
I'm gonna,
he still has his core decks.
well,
plays.
everybody does. It's called it's your wheelhouse, like what you like to play, right? And typically people like to play what they win with. But like you can't tell me that Ollie would be the type of player that would be like, no, I'm gonna play, like I'll use this example. I'm gonna play green white depths in modern. I know that's not a thing, but when like Eldrazi Winter was happening, and if he discovered Eldrazi Winter, he's gonna pick up the Eldrazi deck because it's just the best, like by far the best deck, right?
Well,
Like-
but so that's the issue, is we're talking about Legacy here.
Yeah, right. Well,
And
any format.
obviously his deck is not the best deck or whatever, right?
Well, like Underworld Breach was legal, right? Like when that became
Still
legal,
doable.
like you can't tell me that like when Underworld Breach came out, like it's banned now in Legacy, but when it came out, like every player had their pet deck. It did not matter because the correct deck to play was Underworld Breach because it was so
and
goddamn
that does
good.
happen sometimes.
Well, it happens a lot.
Sometimes. Like when Delver had Dread Horde, and it was just like 30% Delver or whatever.
Well, look at the inverse of it, right? Let's look at Elves. Elves used to be a tier deck, right? And it used to be a respected deck. It's now transformed into something else, but the core Elves deck is so dead because there's been 4 different cards that have come out, and like I don't care how good of an Elves player you are, you cannot beat an Orcish Bowmaster. You're not beating that deck, like, or you're never beating an Orcish Bowmaster. So like, you can be the greatest Elves player in the world, but if the format says like your deck went from tier 0 to tier 7, like you just can't play that
But-
deck and win.
What I'm going to say in the argument of that is that obviously you just talked about how there was a deck that kind of morphed out of Elves.
Yeah.
It still has some of the same gameplay mechanics that Elves did. Obviously, you're not doing like
Heritage
glimpse
Druid,
into
Glimpse,
draw a million things.
Nettle
Yeah, you're not
Sentinel.
doing
What the
that.
fuck are you talking about? It's not the same deck at all. It's just a Gaia's Cradle deck.
I guess.
It's
I
so
mean,
different. It's not elves.
Wasn't it a Gaia's Cradle deck before?
Elves? Yeah, but like
Yeah.
you could go
It
off,
was Gaia's Cradle, Natural Order, and Green Sun Zenith into
Crater Hoof.
or you just drew 1,000
And
cards
you
off
do that
Glimpse.
still now,
Yeah,
and
with Glimpse.
now you just have a couple more utility cards.
Yeah, I mean you're also playing Orcish Bowmaster. I think I don't remember if they do or not.
Some do.
It's just it's a Gaia's Cradle deck that has Gaia's Cradle package in it, whereas Elves was like, I have 35 Elves and 4 Gaia's Cradles, and then like some some tech in here, But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna assign some stuff to you guys for you guys to think about. So,
Well,
this
for how long?
quickly. So Josh, you're on black. Jeff, you're on red, and JB, you're on white. So this is complete the cycle, which is the Archdruid Charm, Archmage's Charm. So there's obviously it's like triple of the color, and then they get all these effects. So we have 2 of that cycle, and I'm assuming they're gonna finish the cycle because this is kind of a well-loved cycle, if you will. Like I think people think highly of these. So if you had to make a black version, a red version, and a white version of these, what would they look like?
Hold on, let me get my text box up. Yeah, let's start writing.
Yeah. So you guys think on that?
You ready? I got one. I got my black one.
Yeah,
already.
I swear to
think it's
God,
good.
if it's BBC,
It's not.
the British
BBC
Broadcasting Centre.
Charm.
I swear to God, if it's the British Broadcasting, what the fuck does C stand
Center.
for? Is that what it stands for?
No,
No,
British Broadcasting Center.
no,
Channel.
it's
Yeah,
not
that
center.
is right.
British
channel.
Broadcasting.
I hate that I'm typing in what does BBC stand for. British Broadcasting Corporation.
Ah, nice. God, we are not rich. That's why we don't think of corporations.
I'm just
Right.
glad that it gave me that instead of the other answer.
Well, you'd have to go in like incognito mode, but
All right, so 3 red.
I'm having a hard time with this.
I think it's
Can I
pretty
say
easy.
mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go
3
ahead,
black.
dude. Yeah, I'm listening.
Well, like, so mode
3
one will
modes.
be 3 modes. So
And
three.
you can only
The
pick
first
one.
mode,
Yeah. It's the charm cycle.
draw 2. You only get to pick one.
One
Yes,
of the
it's
modes.
Pick
Yeah.
one mode.
Oh, I thought it was pick 2.
That's why I
Oh,
said
No,
you
those
have to- you have
that's a
to pick
command. A
3
command
That's
does
four.
that.
abilities that are
That's
okay.
4.
Yeah.
Never mind, because mine was bad. Because like
Yeah,
the
you were
first
gonna
mode, I
pick
was gonna. It was like add triple black and then 2 other modes.
Oh yeah, so you just like a better card, a free card.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you could also like add draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, and then add a creature from your graveyard to your hand.
Oh, for sure.
I think I
Well,
got
like,
one.
Cost 4, right?
No,
Yes.
it's triple. It's
I would,
triple.
but hang on, I have to.
He was asking what Settle
reevaluate.
the Wreckage costed.
I have
Oh.
to.
White 2.
All right,
Sorry.
I got it.
Let me hear it, Jeff.
All right, so first mode, deal. I'm stuck between 3 or 4.
4 is probably right.
4 damage to any target.
Would it be sorcery or
Uh,
instant?
It's got to be instant. The other 2 are instant.
Okay.
3 damage or 3 mana though. I mean,
Triple red, yeah. It's-
we do have 2 red deal or 2 mana deal 4 at sorcery speed.
Yeah.
So I think making 3 can be instant. Next one would be discard 2, draw 2, and then the last one would be make 2/3/1 tokens with haste, sack them at the end of turn.
Okay, so 2 hell sparks.
Yep.
All right. Okay. That's all right.
I'm not saying it's like great. It's probably like not as good as the blue or green ones, but I think those were the pretty decent
Similar
abilities.
in that
Yeah.
category.
I mean, I could have went outlandish and been like 3 mana, deal 5,
Yeah.
wheel, and then
Well, I would give you like deal 5 to a creature or a planeswalker. That's
yeah.
like, that's
See
pretty-
that, that but
you
no,
scale it.
I needed to hit any target.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. The 4 black pips and then
3 black
draw
pips.
2 cards. No, add 4 black pips. 'cause
Oh,
it has
Oh,
to be
okay. So
good.
it gains 1.
'Cause
Okay.
you're only choosing 1. Yeah, add 4 black pips and then
Okay.
draw 2 cards, lose 2 life, and then bring a creature back from your graveyard to your hand.
That's third ability.
Or no, just reanimate a creature and you
That's
lose life.
pretty good. That's a little too good.
Reanimate, lose life equal for 3 mana. That's
For
In
triple
Modern?
for triple black, it's fine.
at
Triple black.
at
Triple black.
instant speed though. That is kind of gross.
Make a sorcery speed. I don't know. They always do that with like this,
Non-legendary. Non-legendary.
like all your
That,
commanders.
yeah, instant non-legendary. I'll take that.
All right.
They all got to be instant.
All right. So I got return target creature 3 mana or less from the graveyard to the battlefield because white
Nice.
tends to have weird
Yeah.
effects like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think this might be a little strong, but I want exile all attacking creatures like Settle the Wreckage for 3 white because it requires triple white, which is hard to dedicate in like Modern. But in Legacy, you're not going to play that card anyways. So I think you can
You'd
get
have
away
to-
with it.
Give them the land clause.
What is this head shaking for?
That's
Keep going.
busted,
Oh.
bro.
Super good.
All right,
think
well,
you'd
with
have
the
to give
land
him the
clause,
land
how about
clause.
that? Yeah,
Even
give
with the
him
land clause, super good.
Yeah,
Well,
3 mana.
No, I'm
That's
trying to figure
fine.
out what number. It's not exile 2 creatures. It's exile creatures in some way, and I couldn't really figure out a way that would be good for.
You could do it like exile
Phase out.
a target attacking
not a blue
creature
ability.
and prevent all combat damage this turn in the same clause.
Or
fog.
do
Fog
no, you
mixed
could do
with
I guess.
Mega
I don't know.
Maze of Ith.
Yeah,
could do
yeah, that gets you a little
phase
extra.
out.
And then I have, well, I actually for the third mode I picked flicker all your creatures, so that way you get.
Ooh,
TB
I like
in.
that. Yeah.
So in case you have a board state that matters for something like
So it's like,
for
would it be a Yorion flicker or would it be an immediate
yeah,
flicker?
like a Yorion.
So it
just
comes
comes
at
back in.
at the end of turn? Or is it
Uh,
like, you know how Flicker Wisp is like end of turn, or would it be immediate like Restoration Ankle?
I
Angel.
feel like it should be instant
Yeah.
That's pretty
yeah.
goddamn good.
because it gives you the ability to do some stuff, some tricks.
All right. All right.
But okay, so the second one, I think Jeff is right. It should be like
Exile a creature and
fog.
then prevent all damage this turn.
Yeah, that would make sense because that's still good enough where it removes a thing and
I like
you
it.
slow down your opponent.
Yeah.
And it
There's
gives, like,
there's
the
2
ability
mana
to,
or
like,
there's 2 mana white fogs and then you have
Pat the Exile or whatever.
yeah, stuff like that. So 3 mana makes sense.
I like it.
And it's harder to cast because it's triple
Yep.
white.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'd play all of these.
The red one, the only thing I think the only tweak I would make instead of draw 2, discard 2, I would just say, like, they have that dumb clause, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You can play these to
And
the
play
end.
until
Yeah.
then the next
Yeah,
turn.
That's,
alright,
that's
we
kind of
did.
where I think that's like where
Um,
they've been going with that for like
I
a
think
while
you could
now.
do 3.
'cause they
I
wanna
think you could do
avoid-
3 cards.
Sure.
I think they want to avoid they just want to avoid people doing graveyard shenanigans as much as they have been.
No, I just think they call it it's impulse draw. I forget what they call it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's impulse draw.
Yeah, so like red has impulse draw, black always draws cards equal to life. Blue just gets natural draw. White has some thousand
Weird
Once per
idea.
turn.
once per
It's
turn.
normally like tax draw.
Yeah, something like your
And
opponent
then
to do
No,
this.
it's
green
once
is
per
always
turn.
based on creatures.
Yeah.
Like their power.
Yeah, draw equal to whatever, or yeah, something along those lines. That's kind of where like everybody gets draw cards in that sense. Because if you go back to like
Yeah, I
pre 2010, like nobody drew cards, like except blue.
Except for blue.
Yeah, blue was the only one doing it. It's part of their fucking
Well,
identity.
Black's always been doing it.
Yeah, they've just been doing it at a cost of life.
Black.
Exist.
Yeah.
That was like ultimate staple. I will
Nice.
draw how many ever cards I want for 1 life.
So I posted that question on our Facebook, and a lot of people had a ton of responses to it. Obviously, you get the
people
ones
love making cards. Right?
the custom cards of like this is
I
fair.
missed when we did that. Right,
Yeah.
the custom.
Oh, that was a good segment.
And like, well, I like the names that they came out: Archfiend, Archangel, and then Archdevils, which is not very good. It should be Archbishop, Archangel,
Archfiend.
Archfiend just sounds bad. You can do like Archlich. Is that even a thing? I don't know. What does Arch add to the title of like mage? All right. I know I asked you guys this earlier today, and I was having again more thought experiments, but I was having fun with this one in particular, the Sam Black post where he posts. And
We
it's-
had a lot of fun
I
with
told
this.
you. Did
I
don't
can
know if we ever
win in
talked
7
about it.
seconds. I love this
Alright.
format.
Let him
Yeah.
let him read.
All
Let
right,
him
so
read.
the random thought exercise, possibly an interesting format. Modern, but with no deck construction rules, no minimum deck size, no 4 copies of a card limit, so you can have an unlimited amount of whatever. And then does anything other than Thassa's Orc only need to be banned to make this playable?
So, obviously it wasn't exactly these rules, but me and another person in the Milwaukee area played our Super Senkai Plus. I don't know if I ever talked about it on the podcast.
You sure have.
You did.
Okay, I did. So I talked about how we use the 40 card decks because of the because of the conspiracies
Oh,
that
yeah.
will make your deck 5 smaller.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was very much the same. Like, how can I break the game on turn 1? This is in modern only, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Okay,
just,
so I
just the modern card pool, so that way you don't, I don't know, whatever. Pull
I
into
can't
whatever.
like mox on instant speed with.
Well, you can Chromox, but you can't like flash or whatever.
No,
the
on
other-
on instant speed with
yeah,
with what's it called, Leyline of anticipation.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think we played a lot of it out in our heads because like it becomes a rock paper scissors, right? Because there's certain decks that are just the best, like they are very very good, and then it's decks that counter that very very good thing.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the disguise of like you only need 7 chance for the draws, but you just make a deck that's like 100 or 80. You do like a Yorion deck where it's Yorion that have 80 chance for the draws, like, to make them think you're doing something different. Like, all right, I win.
I really like the idea of someone running all or Memnites, 40 Memnite deck,
Yeah.
and being like, well, if I don't play against the Chancellor deck and I play against the Life Gain deck that counters the Chancellor deck, they won't ever beat me because I have 40 Memnites.
Yeah. Well, you can play the red Chancellor that puts 7 1/1s in play with haste.
Yep.
So like you would just it
Do
would
they go away at the end of turn?
no
Nope.
they stay. There's
Makes a 1/1.
1/1 goblin.
Oh, so you would just be like, here they are.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I
No,
feel like
you have-
having the
and you have
Memnites.
40.
I feel like having the Memnites would be better because you could also hedge your bets a little bit against weirdo mill decks that are just trying to mill the 7-card decks.
yeah.
So you just play
Right.
like 60 Memnites, and you're like, yep, every turn, gonna play one more.
Yeah.
Hope you got an answer.
The mill decks are probably they're pretty. I mean, I guess they would. They play against a Yorion deck. They're just like, ah, shit.
Yep.
Like-
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why you would play like 60 Memnites. You're like, all right, let's go.
Hey, 80 Memnites into Yorion. And the whole thing would be like, what is your
I would
what
just
is your
play as
Yorion
many as I
doing?
could. Dude, what if you played 300 Memnites and
Battlewits.
Battlewits and
Oh my god.
Five
No,
lands.
why not just run
Why would you have Battlewits if you can't
300
cast it?
Battlewits?
how are you casting?
How are you getting lands?
I don't know.
How are you making this castable?
I mean, how are you casting the Battlewits you're running with 300 Memnites?
I asked
Good
that.
luck.
I asked that.
Okay.
I asked that same question. I was like, I don't understand
it's
this deck.
I'm just saying, you run 200 Memnites, right? You
So,
just never get
Am
milled.
I missing something? Why would Thassa's Oracle need to be banned?
Because there's no way to really interact with it unless you're playing like a Torpor Orb effect.
But I'm saying, like, you still have to play 2 lands, or at least produce 2 mana, and
Yeah,
don't
it's
you
very
just die to the draw stack at that point?
Well, you just
You
play,
play-
7 cards. It's Thassa's Oracle.
You
what is
play.
it?
8. You have to
Three
play 8 cards. You
facet-
have to play 8
three-
cards.
No, you can do it with 7 cards.
Well, if you're on the draw, you auto
Three-
lose.
You play.
You gotta play
3
8 cards.
Well, like I'm
3
saying,
Thassa,
yep.
3 Thassa's Oracles.
4 Chromox.
This is terrible. No.
And I'm on the draw, right? Let's say I'm on the play. You have your deck. Go. What
is
happens?
what is the shoal? What is the shoal that he?
I guess you'd have to force mulligan.
What is the
Oh,
force?
I guess you
the
have to
shoal.
play.
Is it
You'd have
shoal
to
that-
force mulligan.
You just
You
play
do
4
Chromox,
Thassa.
Yeah, and
You
4
play
Chromox.
4 and 4.
No, you
Yeah.
don't. What are you talking about?
To win on your first turn with
Here's
Thassa's
what you do.
Oracle.
In order to counter
Why don't you play
the
Cavern of
Chancellor
Souls?
decks, in order to you play 1 Cavern of Souls, you play 1 Chrome Mox,
Yes.
you play 2 Thassa's Oracles,
Mhm.
and you play whatever you need to gain enough life to get out of the way of the what's it called deck. So that way you don't lose to the Chancellor or the Dross, you beat the 1/1 Memnites decks, and you beat the life gain decks because it doesn't matter what their life's at. That's it. There's no other answer. Because it counters all those weirdo decks. The only way you lose is if they mill you on turn 1.
Or they play Stifle.
How do
Uh,
you mill them?
Well, you can mill them with that cycling card that gets around Leyline of Sanctity.
Oh, with what mana?
Well, yeah, right. If you're on the draw, or yeah, like this comes down to like a lot of coin flips, right? Like that fast Oracle
Yeah.
deck, like on the play, pretty insane. On the draw, not so great.
Yeah.
Because they can go like land, Chromox, Trick Bind. You're like, all right, nice deck, or like duress or Thoughtseize. You're like,
I
ah,
mean,
shit.
And
that, you could-
Stifle is in the
Oh yeah,
format
Thoughtseize
also.
would be great.
No, not modern. It's a modern only.
Yeah, it is.
Stifle's not modern.
I thought it was. No,
No,
never mind.
dude,
Wrong set.
Josh would be all over that. You serious?
I'm ready for it. Bring it.
We've been
Or
waiting.
you know, they could even do something stupid like turn one, you know, like land, way to produce mana extra, and then play a torpor. You know, that stops it.
Yeah. The lab man version I came up with was trying to cover the most amount of bases with like 1 Leyline of Sanctity, 2 Seeming Spirit Guides, 1 Cavern of Souls, 1 Progenitus, 1 Nourishing Shoal, 1 Leyline. Did I say Leyline of Sanctity already?
Yeah.
And then you basically bump up to 8 cards, and I think
And a force of negation. you
and a
said.
Force Negation. Yeah, that way you cover like the.
How does force negation help you?
What do you? So if they try to go on their turn 1 combo, or they if they try to turn 1 combo,
The combo creature is a creature.
No, but
you
not
stop,
the Blazing
You
Shoal
stop the mocks. You stop the mocks or whatever.
or the Blazing
But
Shoal.
Stop the
there-
Blazing Shoal.
Or blazing.
Yeah,
Shoal.
either or. Those are the 2 things. I can't stop the whatever, but like the cards that make Monastery Swift Spear good,
And
or
the dross, you're
or
you're
the
hedging your bets against the dross with having
Nourishing Shoal and Progenitus. And then, like, when they
We
don't-
just
when-
play this format.
we
And when
can
they don't do that, you just counter with force negation.
throw it to
with
you
your
pitch it to your
Progenitus.
Progenitus. That's all that's there for. And then
we
like
should just play this. If it's 7 or if it's
There's
8-card
another-
decks, it's got to be cheap, right?
yeah.
There was like there's another
You know how much
format.
Obsidian,
It's called like 3-card blind or
Yeah,
something like
3 card
that.
Monty, 3 card Monty.
That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably right, Tony.
It's
You're hedging all your bets against those decks, kind of the same way that I was putting together that Thassa's Oracle.
You
deck.
just lose to
But I
turn
feel
1
like-
Cavern of Souls, Hedron or Cavern of Souls, Ruin Crab. You're like, oh crap, I lose. Like I auto die to this card.
Wow, they can't play another land.
Fair enough. Got me.
Get out of here.
I don't know how they. Yeah, there's got to be a way to.
Because you have to play eight cards, right?
Yeah.
Because just in case you're on the draw.
Yes, if you're on the draw, you'll
coin
lose.
flip.
Yeah,
Yep. So you have to play 8.
you have to play it. Everybody that's playing 7's like, you're gonna just lose a lot of games and be just being like,
Not flipping a coin.
you're gonna
And
actually
the worst part
you're
is
gonna lose the match.
wait. No. Hold on. You can have a 15-card sideboard. You just bring in extra cards if you're on the draw.
That's pretty funny. I'm like, bitch. Here's my other 8-card swap. Yeah.
Man, that's wild. I mean, it's a dumb format. That's the same thing. Like, I just had so much fun trying to like,
Super Senpai.
yeah, with the Super Senkai that we were playing. It was like,
Fuck.
I'm gonna outdo you, and you're gonna be doing this. So I'm gonna try doing it this way, just to counter your deck specifically. And then it'd be like, all right, next week I'm coming with this to counter your deck. It felt like old school kitchen table because that's what me and Tony used to do all the time. It would be like, all right, I'm sticking in this card to fuck you up.
Yeah,
because I
I'm
hate
just
when
here
you
to
do
beat your
that."
deck. I know this is good against you. That's all I know.
Hang on, that's like what me and Jeff's EDH group is like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fun. I like that.
We
Yeah.
play cards specifically to fuck
Or
another
over
person.
somebody else, yeah.
What's the is it conversion? What's the one that's like turns all mountains into plains or all plains into mountains? Whatever that one is. It's like it's like a 2-minute artifact.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I play Boil just because I hate
Boil is
blue.
great.
Yeah. Boils a hot.
Dude,
banger.
Jeff, we have
Yeah.
to make the deck where it's all anti-single colored cards. You know, where it's like destroy all islands, destroy all forests, destroy all
Like, what's the black one? Corrupt or
destroy all swamps or whatever. I
Uh,
don't
the-
know.
that
no?
one
It's
doesn't
Destroy All
exist.
Plains, isn't it?
Flash fires.
Perish.
Flash fire is forests.
Nope, it's not.
What's the card that combos with Toxrill?
So the reason why Toxrill is that's the you do Uroborg and then
Yeah,
you
and
do
the bell.
the bell, Cormus Bell.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're thinking of
okay.
something else.
Yeah.
I'm talking flash fire.
Flash fire
Are-
destroys all planes.
Oh, okay.
Isn't there a black card that says whenever
There
you
is-
tap a plains, they lose a life? Is that it?
Yes, there is a card that does
I
that.
don't remember what that one does.
There is one that destroys all forests too, but whatever. I was
Nope.
like, I swear.
Nope.
There's a red card that says choose a land type and destroy all lands of that type.
What is it, like an 8-mana card? What is this card?
It's 6. It's 3 red and 3. I ran it in
Right
mono
here,
red when we
you
played.
are wrong, Tony. Acid Rain, destroy all forests in play. It was
Yeah, it's
from
blue,
Legends.
right?
I knew it. Yeah,
It's a blue card?
I was
Holy
like,
shit.
Yeah.
yes. I was like, dude, there is one that does that.
I gotta type this in. I can't believe this is real.
Foil.
I would
Acid
build that
Rain,
deck.
and
Oh yeah, you're right.
Flashfire.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, dude, I know that card exists because I've looked at it. When
Acid
I wanted
Rain.
it.
Edition.
Yeah, Master Edition, but Legends.
But
is
yeah,
good.
so we just need to build an EDH that's all.
How much
these
is it?
kinds of cards.
$99.
It's a,
Yeah,
it's, a, it's a reserve.
Legends,
It's,
dude.
it's
Only
also
Legends.
it's also I think it's on the reserve list. Yeah, it's
what it
RL,
is.
it's gotta be. Yeah, it's RL.
So, I didn't know this
Yeah, cool art.
existed.
Yeah, dude. I told you I was starting to do research on building this ultimate salt deck of like
We
and
gotta
like,
build. It's gotta be 5-color EDH then.
what is the card name? Lifebane? Lifebane?
Sure.
Not Lifebane Zombie. It's like it's this 2-mana card. It's a green card. It's 2 green. And then you can pay 2 to counter
To counter any black spell.
Yeah, so
Life
it's just like
Force.
playing all
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, there's
Correct.
Life Force.
Because
Yeah,
there's a way to
Life Force.
turn everything black. I forgot how you. Mycosynth Lattice doesn't it turn everything all colors.
No.
No, it's
Yeah,
no
you
color.
just used to play Painter Servant.
So what the heck is the name of that card?
There's a black version of it, which is like Necrogenesis or something.
So I know this is a big no-no card. Let me see, what is this?
I'm interested. Come on.
Counter target black spell. Bro, I would show up to with my
That's what I'm
shield
saying,
deck,
if you
and then
bring-
someone slams this, and be like, bro,
Like,
That's
what's up,
what I'm
bitch?
saying, You bring,
can't do anything.
you play nothing but cards that single out very specific things, so
Hmm.
it just makes everyone mad when you're like, actually,
Bro,
you're
and,
playing
like-
the mono black deck. Check this out.
You go back to go back 20 years ago or whatever, and think about playing or go back 10 years ago, right? And think about bringing your black EDH, and then someone slams this, and you literally can't do anything
you're
to get
like-
rid of this card.
Yeah. Dude, they used to make like
Cards like
hosers.
this a lot.
Hosers were
It's great.
so serious back then, and they just have gotten. They don't really affect like lands or spells anymore like they used to. Like they made like Veil of Summer, and then like they had that whole cycle like Death Marks and all those. But there's nowhere where they used to be.
The white one that exiles a black or red card.
Celestial Purge, yep, love that card. Played that for a
That card
long
was
time.
That protects you from black and red cards.
I think
You're
your mic.
like 20 miles away
I
from
think your
the
mic changed. Yeah. Oh,
Sounded
yeah.
like it
Protects
got
you from
unplugged
black
or
or red
something.
cards.
I think it, yeah. But there's so many like they still do those cycles, but they're just not like. I mean, look at White Knight and Black Knight, right? They just
I was
were,
about to say, I don't know if I'd put pro colored cards in there, but
You
I
don't need
like
to.
the do things to a
No.
specific color.
Yeah.
The card I was referring to is from, I think it's Phyrexial will be one. It's the 1 white. Your stuff gets hexproof from black and red.
oh,
Oh,
Surge
right.
of Salvation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Well,
card's
there's some
rules.
older cards that also change the colors of cards as they're
Yep.
being cast.
Chaos
So you can
Lace.
play those
The Dan,
cards.
the Dan deck.
That is purely the one reason I won't open up my 30th anniversary pack because I don't want to open up Chaos Lace. Like I'm like, dude, I would feel so fucking stupid if I open the 5 lace.
But what
like
if
on
it's
there.
old border chaos lace?
What is it? $3?
What's
or
it
is
even
$4?
worth?
I know.
You're on the website. Look it up.
Chaos Lace. 36 for this one, and the
Yeah, look
old
at that.
border. It's probably holds this price solely because everybody is just like
Feels burned.
it's
So, like, I will not.
it's the GameStop bets, right, or GameStop whatever it's called.
Mhm.
This
Hedging your bets.
yeah, everybody's just like, yo, if someone else opens theirs, mine becomes more valuable. So it's no.
But yeah, I want to
yeah.
play. I want to play a deck that's EDH that's nothing but these.
Fuck.
What 5-color general do we use?
Child of Alara, rat the board.
Oh
was
yeah,
gonna say-
make it even more like
Yeah,
which
we're,
one?
Child of Alara.
Child of Alara.
Sack
Oh,
rat the
yeah.
board.
It's either that or you play Garth because Garth has fun cards attached. to it,
Garth's
even though they're
cool.
not
What's up,
themed.
Lotus?
Yeah, you just get goofy cards.
That is true.
Shout out to Wizards. I need you guys to print this. This is really important to me. I'm showing on the screen Universes Beyond.
Yes.
Share, which has a Blood Moon art and a
Oh my God.
Rise of the Dark Realms.
I'll be honest. When you posted this, I just thought it said her.
I did too,
I
dude.
did too. I
And then
did
I was
too.
like, why is Cher on these? And then I was like, oh, the C.
Well, it is International Women's Day on Friday, so you know, maybe
I
the
know,
maybe
go
the,
women.
that's yeah.
Gotta
So,
practice our gaslighting.
yeah, her.
Oh my
Do it
God.
for hers.
Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
When you get married, all you do is gaslight each other. That's just kind of how marriage works. If you guys can't get used to gaslighting.
Man, look at how many versions of Chaos Lace you can get.
Oh yeah, they printed this all the way up to 5th edition.
You can get the Italian, or
Nice.
is it
Summer.
yeah. Nope, right there, the Italian black border.
Oh,
Black
nice. Nice. Yeah, they stopped this. The last time it was
French,
printed
I guess,
was
French.
4th
Well, yeah,
edition.
because they were like, dude, changing colors of cards is fucking miserable. Stop.
Yeah.
People
Well,
don't
it
want to
doesn't
do
do
it most
anything.
of the time. Yeah, people don't want to do it most of the time.
Also, if you didn't notice, this is the word interrupt. Once upon a time, instant and interrupt were two separate things.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Which, holy shit!
What was it? Instant was faster than interrupt.
I have like a 4th edition like handbook. We should
Yeah.
read that and play
No,
an EDH night
interrupts
with
were
only those.
Those rules.
Interrupts were like only for.
Only in response to things, I thought.
It was
No,
only a
it's like
response to
for-
instants. It was faster than an instant. That was the idea of it. It was like sorceries, instant you can play whenever you have a priority, and then like to counter an instant, like the only way to do that because you don't technically have priority.
And all the counter spells were interrupts,
Yeah, they were.
right?
Yeah.
Anything that interacts with a spell instead of does
God,
a thing.
good goddamn luck finding this. This one is so stupid.
Ooh, look at that counter spell with the little
Yeah,
interrupts
interrupts.
right there.
They rule.
They rule.
They do.
By the way,
They're cool.
my new goal is to get gold borderlands for EDH.
That's easy.
That is pretty easy.
Nice.
Yeah, you get some bangers. When did they stop doing the championship decks? I think like the last one was like 2004, 2005. Because I think you can get modern
something
cards in
like
gold
that.
border.
Yep,
I
you
don't-
can.
I
No, they're all aborted.
So then it was before like onslaught.
Yep.
It had to stop at onslaught.
'Cause I have
then.
I have a bunch for pre-modern. Because
Yeah.
like a ton of those cards are played in pre-modern.
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
They're good.
All right, dudes. Do I got time for any more?
Remember,
What is that counter spell? Wizards of the Coast?
Just play test card.
It was
Oh,
like a
it's,
secret
uh,
layer, a secret layer bonus card.
Yeah.
it's got a foil sticker thing on it.
There's not that many out there. There may be like 100 of them. They're super rare.
Pretty
What's the
awesome.
cost?
There's
Unknown.
no price because they don't
It
exist.
says $17 right there.
No,
this-
that's the one above it.
yeah, that's this one, the Magic Fest one.
Oh, that terrible one.
Yeah, that one's kind of medium.
The guy on the art for the Magic Fest one looks like I can't remember the name of the Yu-Gi-Oh card, but he was like a monk. Oh man,
Bro, if you're not talking about Dark Magicians, which did win Yu-Gi-Oh's
No.
Nationals 2023.
Oh, is there a Dark Magician deck now?
Yeah, there's a super polymerization deck which you get to
Dark
fuse.
Magician supports back, boys. We
Yeah,
can
it's,
play Dark
you gotta
Magician again.
you gotta get in on it. Where super polarization means like you fuse one of your cards with one of their cards, and there's just like a generic, like combined a sorcerer with whatever. So people just flex by playing like I'm gonna just play Dark Magician in my deck to
And I
super,
think it's cool.
yeah, and like I'm gonna super polymorph
Dude,
with
Yu-Gi-Oh
your
is
card.
Yu-Gi-Oh is so weird to me with the whole
Link system.
because they, no, well, no, because they play decks based on how much like support is what they call it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Deck has in terms of like spells and abilities. So I don't know. It's just such a weird concept of like all these cards say it's like whatever.
It's
like
Tribal, or formerly known as Tribal.
Kindred. It's Kindred.
Yeah.
Kindred in Magic.
Yeah.
Everything is Kindred. All the decks are Kindred. It's like, well, if it isn't the sweet Kindred, I'm not playing it.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
It's got to be Miramails, Lava Lords.
The way it
Six
works is
Samurais.
like a set comes out, a deck pops up, it gets played for like 2-3 months. They ban the card from it to slow it down. The new set comes out, a new deck comes out. It runs the format for 2 to 3 months. They ban, and it's just this repetitive like cycle.
And whatever the deck is at top is usually like a Kindred deck. Like
Well, that's what I'm saying
it always
because the
is,
set
yeah.
comes
everything's
out.
connected
yeah.
together
Yeah.
in some theme.
That counter spell is There's 2 listings on TCG Player for $800.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No.
Dude, when we get some art like give me
This
some
art
art
is
like,
so ugly.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Which
Some
one?
art like Yu-Gi-Oh. In Magic.
Probably
They
not.
just had a
They
crossover with
just-
their new set.
They just did that with, what was it, like Eldraine.
Talking about the anime stuff.
Starbucks.
No, like all the
Yeah, the anime stuff.
the story. Yeah. They look pretty much like Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
All right.
All right, Tony, what
We
else you
pl-
got for us?
Let me
You
see what
playing
else I got.
Yu-Gi-Oh, bro?
No.
Yeah, you might
Me
as
and
well.
Tony
open
took
it.
I got-
apart our stuff.
No, my stuff's still
I
there.
got-
I'm fucking cool.
I got Monster Reborn.
Damn, dog. Would you guys play Extended if they
forgot
brought it
that.
back?
I would.
It's kind of like
Isn't
what
that just
Pioneers.
Pioneer.
It's what Pioneers kind of right now. It's 2 years past
Rotating
Pioneer.
Pioneer,
Yeah, I think that would actually.
Actually,
be
isn't
pretty
that just what Standard is right now?
sweet. Yeah, fair enough.
That's true, actually.
And then that's really all I got. I don't really have much other than that. I was throwing some questions together. It's easy ones. Oh shit, this is a fun one. Not fun, but what is your favorite piece of Magic memorabilia, or like what is an item that you own that's Magic related that you like? Meaning like not your favorite card. Like do you have like a deck box that you really like, or do you have a sleeves or whatever the hell maybe like, or a poster or whatever?
I mean,
I feel like this. Go ahead, bud.
You were gonna say this is pointed at me. Like,
No. I was gonna say like my answer is probably gonna be like not expected. So go ahead.
Oh, I want to hear it now. You go. You go.
Josh is going to go grab his.
He's going to shut up.
My favorite piece of Magic memorabilia is some joggers I got from MagicCon Vegas, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're super comfy, they fit really well. It's just got the Magic logo on like the left leg. It's nothing like huge,
Yeah.
but they were just very comfortable, and I don't know, I like them a lot.
The hell is that, Josh?
Those are all my Magic Con badges.
All right, that's cool. That's cool thing to
Oh,
call it.
nice.
It's like similar to like a festival wristband, which I
I was
have a.
about to say,
Sh-
I'll
You want to
send
see my festival wristband collection?
We
I'll
can't
send
see
you-
them because you have a background.
No, they
going.
work. I like it.
I was about to say, I'll send you a picture because I keep all my Anime Con badges. I have like a shelf that's just like covered in them. Uh oh, Tony's going to get his favorite possession. PG possession. Well, while he's gone, I'll just say I've recently, and I kind of slowed down on it, but I was picking up like rare tokens for a little while. So I was grabbing, I think one of the coolest ones I have, one of the rare ones that I have is this. It's a
Josh,
Chinese
leave.
angel token from.
Oh,
Came-
I
came
just
back.
switched the camera off and it booted me.
Oh, that sucks. So I got two things, but I don't know if Jeff, did you see yours yet?
Yeah, rare tokens.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like I got a Chinese like angel token that's like $80 or whatever. That was from like 2004 or something, some promo that was printed out by like it's not officially Wizards, but it's recognized as like an official token because you know it's on like TCG Player and all these other sites.
Yeah.
You know, the magical librarities. I spent a lot of time looking at the magical librarities too because I like looking at weird, unique magic stuff.
I've got my badges hanging up on my window actually in my gaming room.
Yeah, so I got.
Man, they were the new ones from Chicago. There was like a Judith badge. Was like the Black Lotus or whatever was a Judith
Yeah.
or a VIP or something like that. I was kind of mad because I want the Judith one. I got Kaya instead.
All right, Tony, let's do this.
I've got an exhibition one. What is that?
Okay, a poster.
It's
Oh, with the original.
No, it's.
Or
this
that's
is-
only
this-
4.
This is old. This is like. This is a banner. I don't know if you can see
That
it.
is old.
It is old. It's you only got this if you earned it through like a WMPM or a WP.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be hung up as like an ad, right?
Well, it's
'Cause
hung
it's
up
got
as
the little-
you've earned the right to this. You don't get it for just you have to have like 100 F&Ms played, all sorts of stuff. They send this to you. They don't do stuff like this anymore. And I found
You're too far away from your mic.
So they don't. I was gonna say they don't do stuff like this anymore, but like there are promotion items that you can buy from Wizards. But they used to do like F&M back when like they used to like play rewards cards. You have to earn this, like meaning that like your store. I don't know what
was
the.
the player rewards thing.
No, this is specifically
A
for
store.
to be like
Yeah,
you've done like 200 F&Ms or something like that. Then you get this, and you had to be. I forget what era this is. I think this is like just beyond Onslaught. So like you had to have 200 F&Ms on your belt during that time, and they did like one more after this, which had the Shards of Alara poster or Planeswalkers on it, and they never did it again.
The you bringing that over with those little metal hoops are what give out that it's supposed to be like
It's a banner,
store
yeah.
promotional. Yeah.
And then
You bringing that over? I went to a small con
Yeah.
recently. It was like, you know, you didn't have to pay to get in. It was basically just a bunch of vendors sitting around trying to sell their stuff.
Yeah.
Someone had. Do you know that old Pokemon ad at Burger King for the metal, the
Yeah.
gold,
Sure.
plated things? Someone had a giant banner from one of those Burger Kings for that ad, and I was like, dude, I want. That is
How
the
much?
one thing here that I want.
How much?
I don't know. I didn't ask it. I'm not gonna buy it, but
Here's the thing. I know it's backwards, but it's Champions of Kamigawa. I found this at a pawn shop.
really.
Yeah, it's a
Poster?
Wizards of the Coast poster that they said. I never have taken it out, but like I've been wanting to take it out and look at it. So let's do an unboxing. Let's do an unboxing.
Video.
It's freaking huge, dude. I think it's just the. I think it's just
Supposed
the.
to be for the window.
Is that just the map of Kamigawa? Because that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, I think it is.
You gotta frame that shit.
What? That's epic. I want that.
Yeah, and the other side just says.
Oh, that's sick.
The other side just says Champions of Kamigawa.
That's
Yeah, it's
cool.
probably a window ad.
Yeah, it's cool. I found this at a fucking pawn shop. I was like, how much? They're like, I'll look at the price, and they were like,
They couldn't find it.
they're like $200. I was like, I'll give you $40 out of my pocket right now for it. They're like, that's too low. I was like, okay, I'll walk out. I was like, wait. I was like, because
They're never
it's
gonna move
it's
it.
been
Who the hell's gonna want to buy
it's
it?
been sitting in your damn store for God knows how long. But and, yeah. So I was like, yeah, I have no problem walking away because when I looked up online, you can't really
Right.
find it, and like I don't know, it doesn't.
I mean, you could probably in the.
It was like
Facebook
that's what I
groups, you could
said
probably find
immediately.
it.
I was like, you could not find it.
You can't. It's super hard to find those things. I was like, that's the cool shit that I like. I'm like, oh, this is something that's like I can put a price on it. Like obviously, I can't be like $10,000 because it's ridiculous. But it's like it's not really out there floating in the world, you know. Like a lot of them are probably in the trash because stores were like, oh, we got to put up the Ravnica one up.
on to the
Throw
next
these
one.
out. Yeah, throw these out. And like a lot of those things don't get kept.
Like I'm getting flamed in like 3 Facebook groups right now for putting those Fallout caps for sale.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god, you're terrible.
That's so bad.
you rule. I like it. But yeah, my wife got me the other thing for Valentine's Day because
Nice.
I saw it hanging at a place, and I was like, a different pawn shop, and I was like, how much you want for that? They're like,
You
I earned that. I was like, dude, just give me a price. And he's like, no, I earned that. I was like, when was the last time you ran FNM here? He was like, I haven't run it since like 10 years ago. I was like, all right, like you have it hanging up. You don't do anything Magic related. Like, what do you have it up for? Is it for your pride? And he's just like, no, I can't. It's sentimental. I was like, okay, then like, don't have it hanging up in your pawn shop. I don't know. So like, don't, like, cause I want to buy it. And then went online. You can buy
Right.
those for like $60. So, but I was,
You bought one for $60.
yeah, she was with me when I was at the pawn store. So, and I was like, dude, let me buy this from you. And then he had like some other stuff that's, it was like a pawn store that's like not well kept. It's unorganized. Like,
Is really some old guy's spot where he can just put his shit.
yeah, kind of that. And it's just like he had like a lot of shit that was just buried. He just had boxes and boxes of stuff that were just buried. And I was like, can I look through this stuff? And he was like, yeah. And then it's like I'm looking through his stuff, and he's like, I'm like, what do you want for all of this? Like, I'll throw like the number in my head was like for the poster plus all the items, and like he had like a P3K pack, but it was open and the rare was taken out of it. I was like, I'll give you $100 for everything you have here. Like, and this is just like, so I didn't see none of some of those cards. I just took a peek at it, and he had a binder of like 2,000 foul imps because it was like his friend's favorite card. I was like, I'll take that too. For like $100.
Dude, I remember. Do you remember when
That's
our
why
buddy?
Jim is like that.
Yeah,
I was about to say, do
Owl
you remember when
and
our
Bog
buddy
Imp.
Hunter,
yeah.
Hunter had 100? I think we had 100 light casters.
Default Lightcaster, yeah. The
Devout
card rules.
Lightcasters,
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a little binder, an anime binder that had 100 devout light casters.
Anime rules. But
I
it's
got
all-
up to like 40 creepy dolls.
Yeah. But yeah, he was
There's
Yeah.
that dude I go who's got like 500 Tibble trickeries.
That's a pretty good one to have right now. It's worth like $15, I think.
is it
Stop
really?
lying about prices,
No.
you gaslight
I'm
son
I'm
of a
lying.
bitch.
Look that one up. I'm telling you right now. Look it up.
It's not. It's like $5. I just looked it up last time I saw him. Cause like he was like he's waiting for a good time to like cash out on it.
$7.
Yeah, these are super EDH popular because mono red decks get a counterspell.
Yeah.
And they're never going to reprint them.
That's not necessarily true, but okay. Like they won't
I
go
don't
into
think they're
standard.
gonna print 'em.
Like they'll
I
definitely
don't
reprint
think,
them. They'll be in a they'll be in a secret layer. Oh, it's a ball
secret
trickery.
layer.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude, they
And
should do
then
a
they'll
silver
spell it
border
wrong
one.
or something.
That'd be
And
cool.
No, it'll be a legit secret layer, but it'll say sorcery on it.
No,
Yeah.
like they should do what they did with
But
the.
it's like they did it on purpose.
What's the this
Yeah, I
guy?
know what
that-
you're talking
There's a
about.
silver border of this one, the Christmas, the secret layer drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should do that. They should all the Tibalt cards should
It was
come
the
silver
April
border.
Fool's one, I think.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
white border, by the way, not silver.
oh, I thought it was foil. Oh, it's
Nope, it's white
oh,
border.
gotcha. That's even cooler.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
If you dude, if you guys get the chance, and this is all that anybody who's listening to this podcast, the history of foils. It's like a 44-minute YouTube video, and it talks about like the concept and how they got to foils and how Wizards of the Coast was like the first one doing it and so forth. I know people think Pokemon was, but it's actually Wizards of the Coast. Like,
Well, yeah, because they made the Pokemon foils.
right, and how the foiling process and what they used to do versus like when they changed the modern border and like kind
Why
of the different
everyone got
layers.
really mad.
And now like why their quality is where it is. It's pretty interesting, and it goes on to like the echelon of like once upon a time with foils, we all used to know that like there was the regular version and the foil version. The foil version, like theoretically for a mythic rare or a rare, was like 1 in 44 packs or to get a rare. So you can calculate with all the rares in the set the likelihood of getting that, and that's why they were so desired. It was like the Mount Everest. Everyone knew that the coolest thing to get was a foil that didn't full curl. But when they came out with play boosters, or sorry, what was it? Pack
That
booster,
boosters.
Fun.
booster. There you go, booster fun. When they came out with booster fun, they destroyed everything with foil because it's just like, well, you have an entire booster pack.
Nothing cool anymore.
It ruined the value of everything.
You went on this tangent last week.
Oh my
Yes,
bad.
you did.
I forget. But check out this fucking check out that dude. It's super cool. I some of the
What's his name again?
just look up the history of foils MTG, and like it's like it's fascinating, and like they talk about the complications of it and like how it was hard to do and like what they did and the specific warehouses, locations, like the amount of information this guy has. Like obviously it's not current locations, but it's like the reason why they do them in this location is because this humidity level at
Hey.
this location is pretty nuts.
You're talking about the title of the thing is The Glimmer 25 Years.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Ristic Studies is a great guy. You should watch all his videos.
Yeah, the guy fucking rules.
I watched a bunch of his videos a long time ago.
Yeah. All right, Josh, get us out of here.
I figured that's who it was.
Hold up. So I wanted to question of the week real quick.
Ooh.
How many colors do you think there are? Like in the world, not Magic, in the world.
God, I don't
Isn't
know.
there like an infinite number?
It's
If you break it down to like where if you're changing a pigment by 0.001 and like consider those two different colors, then yes, that is like infinite. But the estimated number.
Let's
so
alright,
let's hold
so-
on. Wait. So green and lime green are the same.
1024.
No, those are different.
That's a different pigment, right?
But yeah, but that's a giant offset. It's not like
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
saying is like.
Let me
What do
ask
you
you.
think, Tom?
I'm-
Josh?
I'm
Don't
gonna-
look it up.
I'm,
Cheating
I'm,
ass.
I'm
I can see
asking.
you on
I'm
your
asking
phone.
Crayola. I'm gonna assume it's like 300.
64.
No, way more.
Well,
Way
whatever.
more.
Fucking
Okay,
pig. Lime green and
1024,
forest
there
green
you
are the
go.
same fucking green.
No, they're not.
The
I don't
visible-
care.
Forest
The
green is so
visible,
dark.
the visible light spectrum goes from
Okay,
400
you look this up, I
nanometers
don't
to
wanna hear it.
700
Stop.
nanometers. So my guess would there be 300 colors.
Okay, he looked this up.
So when I
No,
typed
that's-
it into Google, it says
Hold on.
scientists estimate that there is about 10 million colors in the world.
And blue's the worst.
It's impossible.
You're not wrong.
Some of the shades. That's stupid.
No, really, what? Blue's not the worst. I'd have to say like yellow is the worst.
Oh, in real life, it's yellow and purple are the worst two colors.
Hold on,
but
green is.
Purple's
Those are
fine.
complementary
green is the
colors.
best
That's kinda
color.
crazy.
Lime green
I
all
like
the way.
green.
Brown is the worst color.
No.
That- that's a
no,
little-
no, no, no.
hang on.
Browns like you
no,
get cinnamon.
okay, gray. I
Right
hate
now.
gray.
No, see, I like gray. Like gray and red
No.
together is a good color combination.
I don't like gray.
How many
Gray's
brown
good.
shirts? The question is, how many brown shirts do you own?
Why?
2,
How many gray shirts do you own?
3.
All right, see, brown's the worst. That's
All right, hot take, bud. Come here.
it is up.
Get over
Get
here.
us out of here, Josh.
Please.
The best topping on ice cream is peanut butter, and it's
What?
Wednesday. My dudes, it's Wednesday. My dudes.
Fuck, that's such a
All
tough
right,
one
here's
for
an
me to buy
important
into.
question to this though: crunchy or creamy?
No one. I've never in the
Doesn't
history of
doesn't
time.
matter.
What is this question?
Doesn't matter.
Well,
What do you
okay.
mean it doesn't matter? There's a huge difference.
No, there's not.
I would.
Yes, one has
Automatic-
peanuts in it.
I would wish
It's
that you
still
would
peanut
elaborate.
butter.
You like, is it peanut butter sauce, peanut butter, as in like
Doesn't
GIFs?
matter.
That can't be true.
Doesn't matter.
Can't be true.
That sounds terrible.
No, because here's the thing. I still do fat kid things. I love doing fat kid things. And you get a nice bowl of ice cream. You put Jif on it. It gets hard. It doesn't work. It's not like the peanut butter sauce.
yeah,
It's not the same. Don't eat right.
Peanut butter.
the
This
actual
Wednesday, my
best
dudes.
topping is caramel.
Caramel.
Nope, peanut butter.
It's the same fucking
Oh
thing.
my god, no, it's caramel. That's my new hot take. It's caramel.
No, it's too late.
You already picked.
Is
And
it tomato or tomato?
Tomato.
You said peanut butter. It's peanut butter to you.
yeah.
It
I'm
is
gonna
peanut
judge you
butter.
forever on that.
Peanut
Command.
butter's. Why?
Well, here.
No, he was saying he wasn't
Second
saying that.
person
Jeff.
here.
He was saying it's not caramel, it's caramel.
No, it is caramel.
Oh.
Shaq says caramel.
That doesn't mean. Oh my.
Caramel, can you spell?
Caramel. Can you spell? Yeah, that's how I've always ever since I heard Shaq say it, and Shaq's a legend. So if he's saying it, it's got to be right.
Magic Johnson's better.
He's got AIDS.
He beat AIDS.
Hey, fair enough.